Well, when Glenn told me he was doing this next story, I knew exactly what he was talking about because my daughter loves these things.
Yeah, meanwhile, I hadn't even heard about them because my kids are older, but I do think they're amazing. So Glenn, tell us more about these little guys that are all the rage right now.
They really are. They're one of the most popular creatures in the world for people of a certain age. But what are they? Where do they come from? How might they help humans? And how do you even pronounce their name? Well, I went to experts to find out. If you're walking in West Palm Beach and looking at monkeys, lemurs, and exotic birds and cats, it's pretty easy to guess where you are. When you come to the zoo, there are a lot of animals you've probably heard of before, and maybe one animal you've never heard about, unless, of course, you have kids, and then you've heard about them a lot. They have a tail, they have legs, and they have gills. They're a very, very different sort of creature. They were one of the top-selling Halloween costumes last year, not to mention being slippers, stuffed animals, and in books that librarians can't keep on the shelves. They are axolotls. Axolotl is spelled A-X-O-L-O-T-L. Okay, but what are they? An axolotl is a species of salamander that's only found in one place in the entire world, a lake just outside of Mexico City. So how did this strange creature from one little spot on Earth become so popular with children everywhere? I think here in the States they've become very popular because they've been featured in a few different video games. But the interesting thing is that they're featured in those video games to bring awareness about the fact that they're critically endangered species. And despite their cute appearance, they are not big on human contact. They generally don't like to be touched, but they do have an amazing smile. Axolotls are also incredible healers, and their genetics could hold the secret to healing humans inside and out. They can lose entire arms, legs, other parts of their body, and completely regrow them. So you find them a lot in research because they could hold the key to different ailments such as cancer or amputations in humans. And so these happy little bottom dwellers are really quite special. But if you're thinking about getting one as a pet, the experts say maybe reconsider. Axolotls are very sensitive and require a long commitment because they're long-lived. So what we would suggest is that you come here to the zoo to see them in person. We have an entire staff of professional zoologists that make sure our axolotls are happy and healthy.
Oh my goodness, my girlfriend said that's what her daughter wanted for Christmas was
Yeah.
an axolotl. I was like, a what? And I go, oh, my daughter was talking about that. I go, it looks like a lizard. She goes, yes.
And they live 10 to 15 years.
Ooh, that's a long time.
So it's like a dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
it's a
commitment.
long-term commitment. The axolotls at the zoo are always on display, but they sleep more than they're awake. So if you want to see them awake, they're mostly fed in the morning, and that's when they wake up when food is coming. So that's the best time to see them.
And so
there.
they're rooted in Minecraft. That's where they kind of got their popularity is from Minecraft.
Yeah, so the creators of Minecraft, in my understanding is that they wanted to bring awareness to this creature that was on the verge of being extinct, this axolotl, because they're only found in one place around the world. And so they put it in Minecraft, and it just went.
Exploded.
It just exploded.
Yeah,
mean,
I
It's
know.
really neat.
It's very popular among third graders, I can tell you that.
That
Well,
was
listen,
my
Mia
daughter.
was just telling. Mia's very excited about this story, so.
That was
Yeah.
actually my daughter in her axolotl
Oh, well, there you go.
pajamas
They
that
love
she really wanted for
axolotls.
Christmas.
It's like huge right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but they are cute.
funny.
All right, let's take a look at your forecast. I don't know if it's axolotl-y weather, but it's nice weather for humans out there.